Okay. Muri ingabo za Yesu. Ingabo za Yesu zijya kuryama zirabanza zikagera gute?
Nakoze Yesu, nakoze kuko abanyanacu muri uyu munsi baturinze mu rugendo mana no kudushikira sinagera hamwe cyahera baduhaye ibyo kurya mana none tugeze mu mwanya wo gushaka wo kudara no kurarane natwe kandi turinde icyaduhungabanya cyahungabanya umutekano muri rijoro cyose dukurweho byose ni mu izina rya Yesu.
Amen. Okay.
What's left of Rwanda's genocidal army hides in the rainforest near Rwanda's border with Congo. They call themselves the Army of Jesus or the Saviors. They say they are God's chosen people with a mission to retake Rwanda from God's enemies. Many of them participated in the genocide of 1994.
Dari muryango ni mama mabamu kuzu panga hano jasiriva papa muku ibiti sasu nera ham baraje bajya kumwe uiri mu mutwe manukaraniruka nkabarankurikirana babonye nabatamfasha baranyihorera.
What makes the genocide in Rwanda so unique is that the regime succeeded to convince the general public to kill.
Amaso yatukuye cyane abandi basinze.
How could villagers kill their neighbors? And how could it be done with the blessings of the nation's bishops? And even with the support from European Catholicism and Christian Democrats. The Christian Democratic International, CDI, supported the regime before, during and after the genocide.
Moi, j'accepte bien volontiers toute critique. Nous aurions pu travailler mieux. Mon Dieu, si nous avions pu empêcher ce qui s'est passé, on ne peut donner que raison à ceux qui nous critiquent.
Ndakeka ko mwese mwiyemeje kubohoza igihugu kuba ari mwarabyiyemeje bisobanuye neza yuko akazi mukoze niyo kaba kananiwe mugomba kugakora mugafite ubushake. Ntabwo biri kumvikana mbo ubwo muri aka kanya icyo shaka ndagira ngo mbere yuko tuza kongera gufata urugendo wanze mushyiraho ka morali munyereke niba koko misiyo turi buze gukora nimugoroba iremeze neza ubwo washyizeho
Basogokuruza
amashi
niko natuzadufasha mu myaka iri imbere niko natuzadufasha mu myaka iri imbere mana wadutabaraga mu minsi ya kera nanone uzaturengera tugeze kubu nanone uzaturengera
Rwanda has had a long, unusually strong bond to Christianity. Missionaries started the Belgian colonization. Belgium gave the church authority to handle the administration. The Vatican focused on Rwanda because it was such fertile ground for Christianity. The people were monotheistic, and the kingdom already had a well-functioning central administration. Other African colonies had many gods and poor administrations. With the church monopoly on education, the people were rapidly converted. Rwanda was to become the Christian ideal, the kingdom of God on earth. The Belgian colonial powers and the church ruled through the Tutsies, the elite who had long ruled over the actual majority, the Hutus. The Tutsis retained many privileges. Some received higher education. But this led to thoughts of independence. Tension arose between the church and the Tutsis. As independence spread in Africa, the Tutsis turned to the east and contacted African revolutionary leaders.
Et là, des gens parlaient de quoi? De communisme. Parce que qui disait communisme au Rwanda, c'était tabou. C'était anti-chrétien. Pour la bonne raison d'ailleurs, Pie XI avait déjà condamné le communisme. Voilà.
Christian Democratic Belgium and the Catholic Church would lose power if the independent Rwanda became communist. They switched sides, now supporting the West-friendly Hutu majority. The Hutu leaders didn't miss the chance to encourage ethnic tension by pointing out the former Tutsi privileges and encouraging revolt. One Hutu leader and later president during the genocide was Theodore Sindikubwabo.
Guhera mu myaka y'igihumbi kimwe na magana urwenda na mirongo itanu abantu batangira kubyinuba ku mugaragaro. Muri za 55 na gatandatu abahutu bamwe bari barize amashuri batangira kubyandika binubira ubwo butegetsi bubi bw'agahato, ubwo butegetsi bwari bugizwe n'abantu bakeya bakandamizaga abantu benshi.
Hutu farmers listened, they revolted, and a West-friendly coup was staged in 1959. A Christian Democratic Party was formed. European Christian Democrats saw this as a step towards democracy and supported a new leadership.
La Belgique et une série de pays comme l'Allemagne, où les démocrates chrétiens étaient au pouvoir, ont beaucoup aidé la Première République à stabiliser les acquis de la Révolution. Et cette révolution sociale correspondait grosso modo aux priorités et aux conceptions fondamentales de l'internationale démocrate chrétienne.
But the Rwandan Christian Democratic Party was not democratic. The country was ruled not by the democratic majority, but by the ethnic majority, the Hutus.
kugira ngo rubanda nyamwinshi abahutu benshi bari bagize icyo gihugu n'ubu bakikigize nabo bagire agaciro mu gihugu cyabo. Inyandiko yitwa Manifeste des Bahutu.
Many Tutsis were killed in the takeover and tens of thousands fled north into Uganda. The exiled Tutsis organized a guerrilla army in order to try to retake power and property. Archbishop André Parodin had influence even in the new regime. He saw the guerrilla as a communist threat to the ideal Christian state and equated them with Satan.
Donc toujours cette comparaison. Le Hutu est très catholique, le Tutsi est communiste.
Bitwa inyenzi. Inyenzi twari udutsiko tw'abasirikare babo bagerageza gutera ngo bongere basubize ubutegetsi bwabo. Icyo gihe ntibabishoboye.
Thousands of Tutsis were killed in retaliation. The regime, backed by the Belgian military, used religion as a tool. It cited the description of Tutsis as anti-Christian communists, adding that they were a race that God wanted driven out. One man of the church connected to the regime, but who later became a critic, was Brother Damascène.
Donc voilà, il y a toujours un mélange de religion et des massacres ont préparé en quelque sorte pour faciliter, pour minimiser, banaliser les massacres. Le religion était là.
In reality, both Hutu and Tutsi were Christians. Most Rwandans were poor farmers with no ethnic or religious differences. But the ethnical propaganda continued. In 1973, Juvenal Habyarimana became president. A government document emphasized ethnical differences between the groups, despite many intermarriages. A pure-blooded Hutu would look like this, and a Tutsi like this. The difference was in the shape of the nose. It was jokingly called nose politics. A Hutu nose should be wide and a Tutsi nose narrow. President Habyarimana was very religious, as was the Belgian king. The two heads of state became good friends. Habyarimana's regime became increasingly fundamentalistic. The church was integrated into the government. Priests managed party affairs on all levels. And the archbishop was a member of the party's central committee.
Qu'est-ce que vous voulez dire? Qu'est-ce que c'était que ce christianisme? C'était un christianisme quasiment obligé. Vous vouliez aller à l'école, il fallait se faire baptiser. On dit que les enfants étaient libres, c'est pas vrai. S'ils voulaient être scolarisés, il fallait être baptisés. Si on voulait entrer dans le système que l'Église avait établi, même sur le plan économique, n'est-ce pas, partout, il fallait faire partie de la chrétienté.
The Christian Democrats in Brussels appreciated the strong Christian influence and that the regime was anti-communist. The bonds were strengthened when Mathieu and Grimpatz became the contact between the regime and the Belgian Christian Democrats.
And to have one party was very, very appreciated in Western countries because you have one party, you control your people, and you are controlled as alone. They control the head of state, and the head of state control his people. No communism, no trouble, nothing. The order was to be quiet, not to become communist.
With Rwanda, Europe's Christian Democrats and the Christian Democratic International had an African regime they could trust. A political advisor for Africa was named, Alain de Brouwer.
L'IDC, et c'est peut-être le point le plus important, elle a apporté tout son appui avant même qu'aucun parti n'adhère à l'international. En 1980, exactement en octobre 1980, l'internationale démocrate chrétienne a organisé sa première réunion publique en Afrique, à Kigali.
The Christian Democratic Party took over, tolerating no opposition. Citizens were required by law to be party members. Prisons were filled. It was illegal to belong to a group that questioned the church involvement in the government. Those who protested were imprisoned.
On m'a emprisonné d'abord à Nyanza, et puis on a voulu me fusiller du côté du Mayaga, par chance, et je n'ai pas été tué. On m'a conduit à la prison de Kigali. Je suis resté là pendant 4 mois, 5 mois. J'ai été libéré par l'Amnesty International en 1991.
Belgian Prime Minister Wilfred Martens was the man behind Europe's Christian democratic politics. He was vice president of the Christian Democratic International during the genocide. He too supported Rwanda's leaders.
Il y avait eu beaucoup de sympathie réciproque entre la Belgique et le Rwanda, ça c'est tout à fait clair. Comme je le disais aussi, nous avions un système de développement, de coopération au développement spécifique et très original avec le Rwanda.
President Habyarimana's power increased with international support. France too supported the regime to gain local influence, but the exploding population was starving and the tiny elite had confiscated over half of the country's resources.
nari ntunze ibintu byinshi mu gihugu, nari ntunze amazu, nari mfite amasambu, nari mfite ibikoresho byo mu rugo byinshi.
The Catholic Church, tempted by its new power, had done the same. It owned much of the richest land. Prior to the genocide, Leon Sauer was Secretary General of the Belgian Christian Democratic Party, PSC. But unlike his fellows, he left the party in protest against the actions of the Christian Democrats in Rwanda.
Le Rwanda se précipitait dans une impasse démographico-alimentaire et que donc il allait se passer quelque chose. Mais ça, l'Église ne voulait pas le voir, parce que si l'Église avait accepté de voir cela, ça veut dire que l'Église aurait accepté la mise en place d'une politique de contrôle des naissances. Mais mettre en place une politique de contrôle de naissance dans un royaume chrétien, c'est impossible.
But initiating birth control in a Christian kingdom was unthinkable. The alternative was to distribute resources. But the Habyarimana regime chose to use religion to control the people. When the Pope visited Rwanda in September 1990, it was one of Habyarimana's biggest propaganda victories. In neighboring Uganda, the exiled Tutsis had helped socialist Museveni into power in exchange for military help. Soon, a well-equipped guerrilla army, the Rwandan Patriotic Front, RPF, stood ready in the north. The first leader was Fred Rwigema, a socialist. He quickly won the support of the starving people. Just weeks after the Pope's visit, the guerrilla invaded Rwanda. The goal was to overthrow the Christian Hutu dictatorship.
Si effectivement le Rwanda est une tentative de créer le royaume de Dieu sur terre, seul le diable peut s'attaquer à cette tentative.
ubwo iyo niyo ideology icyo gihe batubwiraga ati noneho ubwo igihugu cyatewe umusore wava akagera uri hano kumva agomba kurwanira igihugu cye agomba kukirwanirira. ubwo intambara yarateye uko bagendaga bafata uko FPR yagendaga ifata ahantu niko natwe intambara yagendaga igenda iturambira buhoro buhoro ukabona abasirikare bari kugenda bacika intege.
amashyaka amwe yegama ku ruhande rwa FPR andi mashyaka akomeza gushyigikira guverinoma.
When the attack began in October 1990, Habyarimana flew to his friends in Brussels. He was granted an audience with the king. The king wrote to Prime Minister Wilfred Martens, who immediately received Habyarimana. Before the day was over, Belgian troops were heading for Kigali. But Habyarimana realized that a conventional military victory against a well-equipped guerrilla was impossible. So the party formed a militia that would become the backbone of the genocide. The youth organization of the Christian Democratic Party was called Interahamwe, We Who Fight Together.
Interahamwe rero rwari urubyiruko rw'ishyaka rwasabye gukora urugaga rw'urubyiruko harimo abasore n'abakobwa.
Abaturage bari barasabwe kurinda amakomune yabo, amasekiteri yabo n'amaserero yabo. Bari barasabwe gushyiraho amazamu ngo barebe abantu binjira, abantu basohoka.
Rwanda was militarized. The youth militia was trained by the military, police and the politicians. Habyarimana ordered businessmen to equip them.
niyo mpamvu nsaba Secretariat National, niyo mpamvu nsaba umunyamabanga mukuru wacu kumvikana n'abacuruzi kugira ngo dushake ibitambaro by'interahamwe.
But they didn't just provide clothes. The businessman Felicien Kabuga imported machetes. The violence against the Tutsis escalated. Terrorism occurred openly, often after inflammatory party meetings. Soon, human rights organizations reported genuine massacres. The United Nations was also concerned and forced the regime to negotiate peace with the Tutsi guerrilla RPF in Arusha, Tanzania. With international support, the disaster might have been avoided. But the Christian Democratic International advised the regime not to sign any agreement of power sharing. The Tutsi guerrilla were still perceived as communists.
De favoriser une entente au sein du gouvernement et d'éviter d'aller négocier à Arusha et de se faire départager entre les différents partis présents à Arusha par le FPR, ce qui était véritablement une tactique qui a conduit à l'échec de tout le processus d'Arusha et à la reprise de la guerre.
Il s'agit en fait de protéger une œuvre de Dieu contre les forces du mal.
Instead of negotiations, the Christian Democratic International proposed immediate elections, despite the ongoing war. But the guerrilla and the exiled Tutsis were not allowed to participate.
Abantu bose ntabwo bagomba kubeshwaho n'imyanya ya politiki. Ibyo tubanze tubifate uko bimeze, abantu ntabwo bagomba gushaka kubeshwaho n'imyanya ya politiki.
The Christian Democratic International's resistance to peace talks benefited the Christian Democratic Hutu extremists. The war went on. The propaganda became increasingly religious. The regime-friendly press printed the Hutu 10 Commandments, which encouraged persecution of Tutsis in all parts of society. One paper rejected talk about love and unity in a dialogue between Mary, Jesus and Joseph. Habyarimana was portrayed in a bishop dress. The church also participated, describing the Tutsis as cursed by God. The Bible was often quoted in media and political speeches. One of the most well-known speeches was made by party leader Leon Mugesera on the radio.
Et maintenant, psychologiquement, le tout, c'est ton serpent. Comment voulez-vous alors? Ça n'a rien à faire. Vous tuez, en direction vous attaquez. Donc, c'est l'autodéfense.
A private radio station was established by the elite surrounding the president. One financer was Felicien Kabuga, the same businessman who gave machetes to Interahamwe. Radio station Milkulin, later called Radio Murder, pumped out hate propaganda. A well-known radio voice was Belgian George Ruggiero, who regularly incited hatred against the Tutsis.
Il défie maintenant Dieu, le Seigneur, qui va lui envoyer sa foudre et le condamner définitivement. Les foudres du peuple et les foudres de Dieu vont s'unir pour leur apporter le châtiment qu'ils méritent.
Il a fait partie d'un groupe de réflexion belgo-rwandais qui a commencé à travailler, à réfléchir sur les accords d'Arusha. Et à ce titre-là, les conclusions de ce groupe, il a écrit à l'IDC pour les envoyer.
Ruggiero is today convicted of crimes against humanity and incitement to genocide.
Que moi j'ai connu alors qu'il travaillait comme dans un home pour enfants, comme éducateur social. Et donc je voyais qu'il s'intéressait beaucoup au Rwanda et qu'il était très préoccupé par la situation de guerre, par la nécessité d'aider les Rwandais à se défendre. Et il me semblait plutôt animé de bonnes intentions.
A few months before the genocide, a youth leader left Interahamwe and informed the world that the genocide was being planned.
We find dozens of evidence in the archives from the foreign minister in Belgium, and these archives shows very clearly that not only Belgium had this information, but that this information was shared with the United Nations, the US, and France.
None of the informed countries acted. The guerrilla advanced. Habyarimana knew the war was lost and desperately tried to hold on to his power. Against the Christian Democratic International's will, he signed an accord with the guerrilla. Interahamwe and the army, already well into planning the genocide, regarded Habyarimana's actions as treason. On April 6, as he returned to Kigali, Habyarimana's plane was shot down. Everyone on board was killed. Just hours later, the most time-efficient genocide in history began.
biriya byihebe by'abatutsi yuko tuzabimarira ku ifa cyangwa se ku icumu cyangwa ku moko, ahubwo Imana yaziteguriye umuriro.
Everywhere, Tutsis were murdered. Killing came to be called work.
Hari uwitwa Furaha na Fazari na Mugabo na Sira na Bernadetta na Matiyasi na Toto nabo n'abandi.
None wabicishije
umuhoro.
Hari abantu, hari inzu twagiyemo icyo gihe, numva hari harimo nk'abantu nka 6, aho naho nahishemo umuntu, abandi nabo turi kumwe nabo barabica.
Ubundi abo twishe ni 8, noneho abagiye ni nka 4.
None wari wakubisa hica cyangwa wari wakubise nyene?
Kwijosi.
The youth militia and the military held the nation in an iron grip. Roadblocks were set up everywhere. Oppositional Hutus were also killed. Desperate, the Tutsis sought shelter, eventually fleeing to the churches in hope of finding sanctuary.
Baba bake, none bagiye bagahungira kwa padiri mu kiliziya, ariko abantu bakabasangamo.
In one place, moderates refused to kill, the university town of Butare. New interim president Cindy Kubabo was concerned about the resistance. He went there personally to convince people to help in the slaughter.
Abasirikari ni ingufu za leta yashyizeho kugira ngo zirinde ubusugire bw'igihugu, zitabare ahakomeye abaturage badashobora, ariko muri iki gihe kibi turifuza ko izo ngufu za kunganirwa n'ingufu z'abaturage bose twese. Tugomba gukora rero cyane cyane kwibanda ku biruhije, byoroheje bikaza hanyuma.
Nta minota nk'itanu yashize abambere batarapfa ikirangira ko hari amaze gutangwa nyine. Ubwo nyine abantu barapfa, icyo gihe hapfa ndumva harapfuye abatutsi benshi bari basigaye, benshi bari basigaye. Urebye nta hari hafi abantu babakare bamwe babi cyane nyine, ntuza bamwe batsinyaga nyine ntuza cyane, ariko ubundi abandi hari abantu bari bagiye barwanaho cyane gutyo nk'imiryango nyine y'abahutu kanyine barwanaho nyine kubera ko uburyo babanye n'ibi byose nyine, ariko nyine haje hivyo ngivyo nyine.
Warangije mama yamfasha yadufasha twese ko ntagiye ngo batwicane.
Niko byagenze ibyo byose uko itegeko ryaza guko ibwiriza ryazaga execution rapide gutyo nyine.
Batwirukana kumufata ndi kumwe na mama cyangwa papa.
ati mumenye ko ati uwo muntu wamwiciye se mwicira nyina wishe sekuru n'abandi bose none ngo uramuzana mu nzu iwawe ngo muzabana uwo muntu muzabana mute.
mu gihe utagira abana nawe birababaje cyane kumwica, ariko mu gihe ufite abana be bararakara. Iyo rero bamuhoreye ndakeka bitagutangaza, ni icyo twita mu gifaransa la réaction. Izo reaction rero zitewe n'uburakari kenshi zirenga urugero.
All Tutsis were to be killed. Not even babies were spared. No one must be left who could seek revenge. During the 3 months genocide, the church supported the regime. Rwanda's Catholic bishops wrote a document promising to obey and support the new president and his regime. Many of the country's priests and nuns helped kill Tutsis.
Genocide n'umututsi. Cya gihugu kizaturwamo nyine n'umuntu Imana yishimira. Kandi Imana yishimira nibiza abatoranya.
Kwa dufite bo bawumuniye. Dufite bawumuniye. Abantu bayobora ibintu by'idini. Buri munsi habagaho amasaha yo gusenga.
Ubundi Bibiliya uko twayisobanuraga nyine ko ari ijambo ry'Imana, ari umutsima w'ubugingo. Kandi ko Bibiliya kondisiyo zayo ari ukora iby'Imana ishaka, kandi ukwemera kuyoborwa n'ijambo ry'Imana.
Yavuga ati nta rubanza mufite, tige n'igice imanza. Sinzi icyo mutinya, n'igice imanza. Nta kibazo gihari.
Noneho njye ndwana ntabwo narwanaga pour mon avenir gusa. Nabwiye ko njye narwanaga ndi convaincre bitewe n'ibyo nanjye abakuru bari bonkuriye bazaga bavuga.
Ndetse ni n'itegeko ry'Imana ko tugomba kubaha Imana tukayisenga, ni itegeko.
Christian Democrats in Brussels also supported the regime. Even in June, documents encouraged Europe's Christian Democrats to continue supporting their friends in Rwanda. They gave the regime diplomatic support in contacts with Belgium.
Même gouvernement intérimaire qui ne faisait rien pour arrêter les massacres et qui ne disait même rien pour les condamner. Bien évidemment, puisqu'il les organisait. Mais vu de l'extérieur, dans la situation de l'époque, les amis du gouvernement intérimaire disaient « il est dépassé par les événements, il ne peut pas empêcher les massacres ». Et ma réponse était de dire « au moins qu'il les condamne ». Et forcément, jamais cette condamnation n'est venue.
The European Christian Democrats looked for mitigating circumstances. They found that the Tutsi guerrilla had committed war crimes. Those trying to stop the genocide, the Tutsi guerrilla, were accused of genocide on the Hutu. No documentation was presented.
Deux génocides parallèles, donc je n'étais pas le seul à le dire, mais je l'ai écrit dans un rapport fin mai. J'ai parlé de double génocide.
Évidemment, le génocide contre les Tutsis était quelque chose de terrible, mais le FPR a aussi commis des crimes.
In July 1994, the Tutsi guerrilla defeated the genocidal regime, which fled to neighboring Congo, then called Zaire. 1 million people were dead and 3 million were displaced. The Christian Democratic International did its best to salvage the influence of its party members. Alain de Brouwer went to refugee camps to meet with the Hutu regime. They began promoting the peace accord that the Christian Democratic International had rejected before, sharing power with the Tutsis.
They continue to maintain the fact that the government, the power in Rwanda should be shared with the killers, with the perpetrators. And of course this is tremendous both political and moral mistake. But they did maintain this position despite the fact that everybody was saying at the time that it was the transitional government which was carried out the massacres.
Et nous avons repris des contacts prudents de deux côtés à la fois, dans les camps de réfugiés, avec tous ceux qui réfléchissaient à une réconciliation réaliste de la société rwandaise après cette tragédie du génocide.
In Arusha, an international court was established. The regime's party leader, Ngirumpat, was accused of genocide. He denied the killing had ever happened.
Ariko ntabwo wavuga ngo ibyo bintu byo kwicana no kurwana, nako twavuga kurwana, ntabwo twavuga kwicana. Abantu bararwanye. Tujye dukoresha amagambo ahuye n'igitekerezo kiri cyo. Abantu ntibishe, bararwanye. Ubwo rero abahutu, abasore b'abahutu bagiye barwana n'aba batutsi, nuko ibintu byagenze, ariko abantu bose ntabwo abantu bagiye kurwana n'abatutsi ntabwo ari interahamwe.
The Christian Democratic International stuck by its friends and defended Ngirumpat. Alain Destex, upset by the Christian Democrats' actions, initiated a Senate investigation into Belgium's role.
These people were friends. I mean, the Hutu leaders of Rwanda from 1959 until the genocide had very close political friends in Belgium, and most of these friends were among the Christian Democrat lobby at large. And so there was a natural tendency to consider that those Hutu people in charge in Rwanda were our natural allies and the one who should be supported.
After driving out the genocide regime, the Tutsi guerrilla took over. Rwandan prisons were filled with thousands of murderers. The people had been the regime's primary tool for genocide. But the rank and file, fed on racism, religion, and fear of communism, never lost faith that God was on their side.
Dusome ijambo turasoma ijambo ryo muri Yeremiya ibice 29 turahera ku murongo wa 11 haraho tugeze ku murongo wa 14 ijambo ry'Imana ngo Uwiteka ari mu ruhande rwacu ngo ntacyo dukwiriye gutinya ngo ndetse nta nicyo cyabaje kugira icyo dutwara kuko Uwiteka ari mu ruhande rwacu.
Ignace, a pastor, tells how he and others use the Bible to make people kill.
Uwiteka avuga atya ati, dore ubwoko buje buturuka mu gihugu cy'ikasikazi, ishyanga rikomeye rizahagurutswa riturutse ku mpera z'isi, bitwaje imiheto n'amacumu n'abantu b'inkazi ntibababarira ikiriri cyabo gihorera nk'inyanja bagendera ku mafarashi umuntu wese ateje urugamba nk'uri mu ntambara kandi ni we bateye wa mukobwa w'Isiyoni we. Aya niyo magambo nyine yasomye icyo gihe mu nama nyine ayabwira abaturage. Umwanzi aje aturutse mu majyaruguru y'igihugu kandi niwe aje ashaka, kandi inkotanyi zari zateye ziturutse mu majyaruguru y'igihugu. Iyi jambo risomye muri cya gihe bazaga baje gukubuza mfite Bibiliya, nese nimba umuntu umubwiye arasurasomye rwose arabyumva tivugisha buriya bya ndi kuko biri muri Bibiliya kuko buriya
The Christian Democratic International asked the new regime to release prisoners. They refused. The Christian Democratic International and its friends became more and more aggressive, warning of a military return.
Ntabwo twemera ko abategetsi b'i Kigali bazanga gusangira igihugu n'abandi banyarwanda. Ubwo tuzareba igikwiye.
Icyo gihe rero nibwo ingabo za Yesu, ingabo za Yesu ni ikintu cyitwa ubuhanuzi, mbese nyine mu banyamasengesho nyine bo muri Kongo niho byakomotse, kuko hari abahanuzi nyine bahanuye bati mwebwe babakondisiyo bati Imana irabakunda, ati igihe kizagera nyine bamwe baje mu gihugu cyabo.
Baratubwiraga bati c'était le plus stratégique ibayeho, ariya tuvuye kubera politike niyo yatunaniye hariya, uvuze ko pour le moment dushobora kongera tukiyoruganiza tukongera tugatera u Rwanda. Rero buri musirikare agomba gukontribua akaza nk'umusirikare wiyemeje kurwanira igihugu.
The Army of Jesus consists of small shattered groups. As they did during the genocide, they visit farmers to spread propaganda. It's hard for a lone farmer to deny armed soldiers, especially when they claim to be on a mission from God.
Nta kindi kintu kinzanye nje kubabwira ko hari ingabo za Yesu, twe turi ingabo za Yesu, sibyo? Ingabo za Yesu nizigendera ku idini rya Yesu Kristo, sibyo? Zirwana zitewe zirwana mu mwuka wera. Ikituzana hano ni ukugira ngo tubasobanure ko intambara turimo nta kintu twageraho mutadufashije, kandi ko iby'Imana yavuze bizasohora. Ni Imana yabivuze, yavuze kuko byagera kose.
Niteza abana banje rwose, nimba ari Imana yabivuze noneho.
Kuko gorera muzi ko kugira ngo uyitsinde agomba kubaho en appui total de la population, kugira ngo uyitsinde nk'iyi ngiyi yahano. Ubwo rero kubera ko appui total y'abaturage bagombaga kuyishaka, nta kundi bagombaga kuyishaka badahereye kuri icyo kintu cyo kuvuga ko abantu barwanira ibintu byerekanwe n'Imana.
Tsinda tuzahimbaza izina ryawe nkuko tubisabye twizeye mu izina ryawe ry'umwami ry'umwuka wera akoze.
Alain de Brouwer and Wilfred Martens of the Christian Democratic International still see nothing wrong with their support of the Rwandan party.
Je ne peux pas le croire. Je n'avais pas la plus simple idée que ce serait possible qu'un jour une telle violence pourrait être pratiquée.
A few months before the genocide, the major players were informed directly by an informer about the specific plan of the genocide. This is the main evidence, but there are several dozens of other evidence in the files.
Et donc, j'étais inquiet. Mais je ne pouvais pas croire qu'un tel drame, qu'un tel génocide aurait lieu 2 mois après.
L'action de l'IDC n'était pas aussi forte que pouvoir interférer dans la conduite d'un gouvernement, d'un État membre.
Je crois donc, dans la perspective historique, que notre affinité avec des hommes politiques responsables à Rwanda dans les différentes révolutions était correcte, était défendable.
It's very difficult for people from the International Christian Democrat to recognize that they are to blame also for what happened, because I think the magnitude of the crime is almost impossible to recognize and to accept. I mean, the day you realize you've made a mistake, then you should see yourself in a way as an accomplice to what happened.
Several of the regime's leaders have now been convicted for genocide. No one from the Christian Democratic International has been charged. Several priests and nuns have been convicted for participating. Mariana, now grown, still goes to the church to mourn her parents.
Ndasenda ndi kumwe na mama cyangwa ndi nko mu rugo twaze turi intambara itaraba nuko mpita nkanguka kugira ngo yenda nkakanguka nzi ko mpita mbabona ariko nkakanguka si mpita mbabona nkahita menya ko nari ndi mu nzozi.
And in the northwestern Rwanda, the fight for a Christian state goes on.
Situation ihari hano hejuru hari position y'iporoto imwe y'umwanzi. Birikumvikana? Hano hepfo kuri iki kiyaga naho haba umwanzi. Ugera hafi nko ku maporoto nk'abiri. Mbo ndumva izo position arizo ziri hafi yacu. Okay, twaguru. Probere kipe imbere.
Intambara y'iki yo kurwana n'iki na satani no kurwana n'abandi nyine mbese kurwana n'abandi nyine kubigisha ku ngeso mbi bakora biti mureke izi ngeso mbi zitazabarimbuza. Ico gihe uburinga ba Yesu nkuko Yesu nawe yarwanye nandi na satani.
Zamuke hejuru. Umusozi vuba vuba. Nagezeho hejuru.